Guys, thanks for watching PRN today. Out of respect for a friend who's doing similar videos as me, I've decided to change the name of these from Stage Breakdown to Stage Study. This is episode 3. Let's get into it. Okay, so this first shooter, as you see him come up to the barricade, he drops his main bag and he decides to just leave it because, you know, he's got that other pad on the front of his chassis, so he's just decided to run that. I personally would have picked up the bag, taken that extra second just to pick up the bag and keep running with that. But he chose to do something differently. You know, he's doing fine here. He's squared up behind the rifle. It looks like he's got good control of the trigger, those sorts of things. But as he transitions to a higher stage, now this barricade is a little bit tall for some people. And so you see a lot of competitors standing on their tiptoes. I personally would use a bag, I think, to stand on to get that height so that I can have a solid platform. I mean, you can't be steady standing on your toes. And so I think I'd do what I had to do to get up a little higher and level out. This really speaks to efficiency and how you've trained using your equipment. All right, I don't know how this guy shot. Maybe he shot better than I thought, but I saw some inconsistencies as far as efficiency in his movements are concerned. All right, so as he starts out putting his stuff on the barricade here, he takes time to get the bag set up, rifle on the bag, pulls the tripod in. Looks like he's going to use that support hand to hold the rifle and the tripod, but then switches at the last minute and decides to put his hand up on the barricade, which is what we typically do if we're not using a tripod for rear support. I'm kind of assuming this guy hasn't used the tripod all that much. Now as he transitions, does not take the time to get the bags set right. Okay, lay that game changer on its side, you'll get better purchase up there. Now starts to use the tripod again, gets an arm around it, but instead of holding the rear right there like he's supposed to, he switches his hand again. And decides to not hold the rear support of the rifle onto the tripod. So you're basically not even using that tripod right here at this point. So now keep watching. Bag goes down a little bit better this time, still not on its side. Pulls the tripod in again. It's fine. Starts out holding it, the rear of the rifle and the tripod together, switches the hand again. This is not supporting the rear of your rifle at this point, okay? Some feeding issues, most likely not his fault. He's a little upset with himself, I think because he's not using that rear support correctly. He's probably not getting, the hits that he wants. So again, pulls the tripod in, starts to use it, then switches. Now he may be just kind of pushing over into it, but the rear of the rifle upon recoil, it's still going to slide down that tripod, and that's not going to help you see your impacts or your misses. So you really need that support hand holding on to the tripod and the rifle at the same time. Let's watch the next shooter and you'll see a very efficient run, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, so he starts out with the bag and the tripod in the same hand, waits for the command to go, moves both of those into place. Bag down, gun down, tripod over. Now see how he's using his support hand to hold the rifle at the right height, and he's holding on to the tripod, for support, all right? Makes it very stable. Doesn't even have to hold the front of the gun at all. Okay, now watch this. Bag down, gun down, tripod over. Holds on to it in the exact same way each and every time after he finds his target. Grabs that support hand up there on the butt of the rifle and on the tripod for support. Again, runs the gun. This is effortless at this point. Here we go again. Bag moves, gun down, tripod over. Okay, holds it the exact same way every single time. Moves it the same way, holds it the same way. Same game plan all the way through to the end here. Very efficient run, and as I remember, he cleaned this stage or very close to it. Bag down, gun down, tripod over, holds it the same way. This is like the epitome of an efficient run right here, guys. This is how you want to do it. Guys, thanks for watching Precision Rifle Network. Stay tuned for another great video coming soon.